Greetings everyone to Retro Game Repairman, where we learn to get vintage video games to run on modern hardware. I'm your host Ace, and today's game is a true classic among classics, Dungeon Keeper. First released all the way back in 1997 as the first entry of the Dungeon Keeper franchise, and beloved to this very day, Dungeon Keeper provides the unique premise of having the player take on the role of a Dungeon Keeper, and thus build elaborate dungeons to house armies of demons and orcs in order to fight off any knights and rogues that decide to invade your dungeon. It's a true classic among strategy games and a blast to play to this very day. It's also worth noting that this game does technically run out of the box, provided you get the most up-to-date digital versions, such as, for example, the GOG version. But there is a better way to play this game, and so that's what I'm going to cover today. Now, before we continue any further, it is worth noting that I am using the GOG version of the game for this guide. And it's also worth noting that the tests were done on a Windows 10 64-bit with 48GB of DDR4 RAM, a GTX 980 Ti, and an i7-6700K processor. And with all of that said, let's dive in. Now, the first thing you'll want to do after installing the game is to download and extract KeeperFX. This is a fan expansion that adds a whole bunch of custom campaigns, as well as support for more modern resolutions, and is therefore considered the ideal way to play Dungeon Keeper these days. Anyways, once it's extracted, what you want to do is open up the KeeperFX launcher and click on the installation button, and navigate to the game's install folder as shown here. After that's done, you'll then want to configure KeeperFX. And for reference, here are the settings that I use for the settings button as well as the run options button. Make sure to configure under both of these tabs. The next step is for people using a digital copy specifically, and that is to copy the music files found in the game's directory and paste them into the music folder of the KeeperFX folder, as shown here. Congratulations, if you have done everything correctly, then your copy of Dungeon Keeper will not only be fully playable, as it most likely already was admittedly, but also will be able to run in a modern resolution, have a few more bug fixes, and even some additional fan-made content to boot. Just remember to run the game with KeeperFX instead of your regular Dungeon Keeper shortcut. I hope you have found this guide to be useful to get more out of your copy of Dungeon Keeper, and I also hope to be back again soon with another guide. But in any case, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.